And the last team is it's the team that changed Jackson's life. The Houston Rockets. Here we are. Are they ready? And what I mean by that is this team going to make, I guess, like, it's interesting as all hell when you look at the current situation, because this is a team that, in my eyes, they are like, I don't know, like, I think they have everything. Like, what was it? Goyo said they have one of the brightest futures.
Yeah.
But is that, what are they going to try to tank one more year to get a high draft pick to get like Cam Whitmore or Victor Wembanyama?
Well, Skip, I don't think the problem is should they tank again. I think the problem is there's not enough talent on the roster to not they're not going to tank the season, but they're not going to be more than, if you're being generous, a 35-win basketball team. That's really generous. I think my golden number is 25. I don't need Vic, but what they'll do is they'll probably analyze and assess this as the season is going on. I don't think this team will get off hot. I think it'll still take some time. Steven Silas runs complex schemes, and it's going to take some time for these guys to get clicking. As Jalen Green kind of said, we'll be the best team in the league one day. My thing is, do you see Jabari was listed at 6'11"?
Wow, no.
It's going to be interesting because who's the franchise guy? Is it Jalen or Jabari? And we'll know this by the end of the season.
So I believe Jalen Green, who had a similar rookie season to Anthony Edwards, where first half of their rookie season was kind of rough, a little inefficiency, like they could score, but it was inefficient. And then after the All-Star break, they fucking took off. And Anthony Edwards followed up his, end of his rookie season to a phenomenal second year. And I think Jalen Green is prime for stardom. Since talking to you, you've really sold me on Jalen Green. I was always skeptical, but when I look at Jalen Green, the number 2 pick in the 2021 NBA draft, this is a guy, okay? This is a guy that we had hope that at the very least he could be a similar player to the athletic freak that came out of Georgia the year before in Anthony Edwards. And he's a young athletic scorer who has all the skills and athletic ability to be a superstar in the NBA and is the prime athlete to help Houston become the team that they were when James Harden was, like, just a winning team, not like the same exact team. But like I said, he had a hamstring injury in his rookie season, slowed it down, but then he found his rhythm and he caught fire following the All-Star break. Coming into year 2, they're hoping that they get the Jalen Green after the All-Star break, who averaged over 22 points a game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and was flirting with 40% from 3 on 8 fucking attempts a night from 3-point range. His progression raises both the floor and the ceiling for where the Rockets' future will be tomorrow and in the near future.
You read off a script?
Huh? Yeah. Did it look like it?
Yeah. Or no, I could tell because you don't talk about Houston like that just off the top of your head. That was like, it was just like very ready to go. Are you about to make or was that your preview video for the Rocket?
No, just the Athletic.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
I just got up close and I just made it look like, could you not tell I was reading off of something?
I thought you were at first, and then you moved your eyes up, and I was like, okay, he's probably not. So I thought it for a little bit, but then.
Well, I can memorize. I can read ahead while I'm reading. While I'm speaking out loud, I can read while speaking. So then I memorize stuff. So I can be reading the top of a paragraph, and I'll read the bottom of the paragraph while speaking the top of the paragraph, and then I'll look away and I'll memorize it.
That is insane.
Journalism.
Goyo thinks they'll win 30. I don't think they'll win 30, but
I could see them win 30.
I need them to extend Kevin. I saw something where it was like, would you sign KPJ to a 4-year, $60 million extension? And it was like 49% of people were like, no. Like $60 million for 4 years for Kevin Porter Jr., you're going to say no to that? Not quite sure. But yeah, Jabari's 6'11", Tardy's 6'8". You'll see him starting. We get a full season of Alperen Şengün. and
Who's
he's got the
think
starting
Garuba
role.
like got some
We'll
time with the
see
Spain team? I'm
see
I'm
how he
actually
does.
I'm confident with Garuba. We'll figure it out. He spent some time with
But
the Spanish team.
he'll be on the G League team, man. He's got to beat out Marquise Chris. He's got to beat out Boban. He's got to beat out Willie Cauley Stein. He's got a lot of people he's got
Are
to
they
beat
gonna
out for
keep
playing time.
Marquise Chris or Sterling Brown?
It seems as if right now they're keeping all of them, but you don't have enough roster spots, so
I
they're gonna
say they
have to make
cut
decisions.
Sterling Brown definitely.
I say cut Sterling Brown. I say cut Boban. I say cut
I
Trey
think
Burke.
we both know they're keeping Boban for the marketing.
They haven't done any marketing though, so it doesn't make any sense to me. I
But
don't.
I told you that every time Boban's commercials would go, he'd be the #1 searched basketball player.
I just feel like there's too many roster spots to just keep Boban on for
I just
those
think
purposes.
I think this team is too good to be like the worst record in the NBA. Like I honestly think
Yeah,
the Pacers or the Spurs are worse, or even the
yeah,
Thunder.
I agree. Yeah,
Because like even though Shea's on the Thunder, we all know the Thunder are gonna say Shea once Shea starts cooking, they're gonna be like, oh, Shea got hurt somehow. And like Shea's just gonna disappear for like 30 games and they'll lose all 30 and then Shea will come back.
yeah. So, Houston, man, they got a lot of money too. And Rafael Stone knows exactly what he's doing. They still have a bunch of first round picks. They kind of own Brooklyn for the next couple of years still. And they're a really, really interesting, fun, exciting basketball team. And that's what we saw in the second half, like you were saying with Jalen Green. I think Jalen will establish himself as the franchise guy. And Jabari Smith Jr. will be probably a really solid rookie. He'll have cold games because he's a great shooter and you're not always going to make it. But at 6'11", man, it just gets you hype. We'll see him at the 5. We'll see him at the 3. We'll see him at the 4. Jalen Green dropped 40 in his last game as well. And I also want to clear up, unfortunately, the first game of the season is Rockets at Hawks. And for some reason, I thought all summer that it was Hawks at Rockets. So I can't remember what game I'm going to, but it's might be Dallas. I don't think it's Dallas though, but it's not Atlanta, unfortunately. Just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah, no, I mean, first off, I just think this is such a good team, and I don't know, man. I think it just comes down to them being able to figure out. I just can't see them being the worst team in the league, and I just think Jalen Green's too good. And I think Jabari Smith, Jabari Smith might not be a superstar, but I think he's guaranteed to be a solid, good NBA player.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's gonna be a starter for 12 years.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Like, that's the thing with Jabari is we talked about this pre-draft that Jabari Smith was the safest top, like out of all the top three picks. I think Jabari Smith was the one that you could say was the safest, that he would be like a 15 points per game scorer, like a double-digit score / starter for at least like 10 to 12 years. While we argued that Paulo, like his floor's pretty high, but like Paulo could just be a guy who's like an all-around center that's like middle of the pack, in his prime. Like
I wouldn't even have him at a center. Yeah,
or power forward or whatever.
Yeah,
middle of the
pack. He's
pack.
at his ceiling. As shitty as that sounds,
I
think
don't
maybe we can see a couple 20 and 10s for sure. But
I think Paulo is going to be good, but I think Paulo and Chet are two guys that could be like, start off good, but then they turn into like Andre Barjanis and like Al Horford's. Al Horford was really good, but like
as long as Jabari doesn't suffer crazy ass injuries,
I think Jabari at least is going to be a similar player to Rashard Lewis.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget about KPJ.
Yeah. KPJ, we just need to figure out if he can truly play point guard or not. That's the big question with them.